How to make new friends. In this video, I'm reminding you that for every one friend that you have to cut off, there are two more friends that are on your vibration, on your frequency, that are waiting to meet you. When we get older and we start to mature and we begin to focus on things that are more important to us, like our finances, our families, our children, or our careers, right? Sometimes you may outgrow some of your older friends or your friends from the past. Sometimes you may become unaligned with certain people that you grew up with. Not because you're better than them, just because you chosen a different path and they chose a different path. So naturally, y'all just have less and less in common, right? Now, sometimes when you are on a path of growth and progression, when you are around people that have not chosen growth and progression, it could invoke envy and jealousy in some people. The same people that used to be on your team, on your side, the same people that used to be rooting for you are now the people that are giving you backhanded compliments. Now they're throwing shade. Now they're not supporting you. Now every time you have any type of milestone in your career or any accomplishments, they're ghost. They're nowhere to be found. So naturally, you begin to find yourself a little bit more alone as you get older, unless you join groups or, you join a new job and you have coworkers, or you're in school and you're constantly around people. But if you're not around people, or you work from home, then your journey can seem a little bit lonely. Maybe you have friends that you can call, but you just don't want to call them. They're still there, right? You're still cool with them. But because this person may have just a negative, pessimistic attitude toward life, every time you talk to them, they're invoking fear and their insecurities onto you, and they're always projecting their shortcomings onto you. Maybe it's just exhausting being around certain people, and sometimes you rather just be alone. So I definitely understand the feeling of feeling lonely and feeling like, dang, how am I going to make new friends if I don't even go out like that? I'm not in school. I don't have coworkers. How am I going to actually meet people to replace the friends that I used to have growing up? So in this video, I'm going to give you a few ideas on how you can make new friends in your new adult life and how you can replace that empty feeling energy in your life. Now, one disclaimer. These new friends are still mature, they're still grown, and they're still at the level of life you are. So you may not attract friends that can be over your house every single day. Ones that don't have nothing to do. A lot of your new friends may be married. They may have kids. They may have careers. So don't expect these new friends to be over your house, spending the night, sleeping over your house 5 days a week. These aren't those type of friendships. These are more mature friendships, and the quicker you can readjust your perception on what a friendship is, the quicker you can start allowing people to come into your life and be your friend. So, number one, I heard a phrase that really resonated with me. It was, a client will become a friend before a friend becomes a client. And that definitely played out in my real life. Growing up, I had to pull teeth okay, to get my friends to try to patronize my hair, business, me as a stylist. I used to do my friends' hair for free, and it was literally like pulling teeth just to get them to tip me. Forget having them pay full price. Like, they felt so entitled and they wouldn't even tip me. So what I realized is when I started to open up my perception on what a real friend was to me, which was someone who wanted to reciprocate energy, I started to accept some of my clients as my friends. So, whereas before I may have never perceived a client as a friend because I kind of like boxed them in my mind, as I got older, I started to talk to my clients on a more deeper level. I started to invite them out. They started to invite me out, and we started to build a rapport outside of my professional environment. So one idea for you is if you have clients, then I highly recommend that you make a conscious effort to get closer to some of your clients or your customers. Not just anyone, but the ones that you feel like you resonate with or the ones that you vibe with, and you invite them out. Invite them out to lunch. Maybe invite them to your birthday dinner, or ask them, what are you doing for 4th of July? Or you just extend the invitation for meeting up with them outside of a professional environment. So another way to make new friends is whatever industry you're in or whatever industry you're interested in investing in. You can go on Facebook or meetup.com and you can find groups of people that throw events centered around those events, those topics, or those industries. So one thing that I did is I had a friend from high school that ended up inviting me to this mastermind group. It was like an accountability group that had a bunch of entrepreneurs just talking about their plans, and they would meet up once a month and just talk about their growth. Now, at first, I was a little bit skeptical because I'm like, I don't know if I'm like a real business person like these people. I felt like I didn't add value to the group. I'm like, I'm just an influencer or I'm just a hairstylist, or what type of value can I add? But I didn't realize that there was so much value I could have added, because the first time I went to the mastermind group, I was embraced by everyone there, and there were so many successful Black entrepreneurs there, and in an environment that normally would have intimidated me, it actually made me feel right at home, because everyone was vibing, everyone was interested in each other's businesses and each other's ventures. And when I began talking about my profession, it seemed like everyone was interested, and people were asking me questions about, how I did my YouTube and how I sold products and how I did this and how I did that and how I built my platforms. And it just made me feel like, wow, I went from thinking that I couldn't even sit with these people to now I'm fitting right in. And not only that, but I feel like I'm actually adding value to the group. So me joining that mastermind group, it opened my eyes, it widened my perspective, and it let me see that the same type of people that I'm looking for are also looking for people like me. So yeah, at first I was actually afraid to join the group because I felt intimidated, but I went and I realized that I'm not so different from these people, and I can actually add value. And not only that, but I can learn so much from everyone else. So just me getting out of my comfort zone, it reminded me how easy it was to make friends actually. Once you get past that stage of anxiety and you're like, I don't want to go out because I don't know how I'm going to act around people. I don't know how to start conversations. You have this social anxiety feeling in your mind, but you'll never know that once you actually put yourself in those environments, it may be the funnest thing you've done all year. So once again, go on Facebook.com, go on Meetup.com, and search events that are centered around topics and industries that you're interested in. So it may be like a real estate investment group. It may be a Forex group. It may be stocks. It may be a yoga group. It may be a meditation group. It may be a healthy living or a vegan group. It could be any type of group. Trust me, there are groups centered around every single topic in the world. And if you get out your comfort zone and you just try going just to see what it's like, you'll be surprised how easy it is to meet people that are interested in the same things you are and make new friends. So last but not least, how to make new friends. Let's say you met someone one time and y'all followed each other on Instagram. And even though y'all never met up again after that, you still see their posts on your timeline every now and then. So you'll see them post their business or post them at a restaurant or post them hiking or at the gym, or, you have a very small rapport with this person. Maybe you went to high school with them or middle school. Maybe y'all haven't seen each other in 10 years, but at least you guys know who each other is. You can always reach out to that person and show support. Repost their posts, repost their business, patronize their company or their website. Just try to extend energy in some type of way. Maybe you can say, hey, next time you go to that restaurant, let me know, I'll pull up. Or next time you go to the gym, let me know, I'll pull up. And you'll be surprised how receptive people are. And you'd really be surprised how easy it is to connect with people as long as you just reach out. A lot of my friends growing up were people that actually came up to me first. Actually, I think all of them. Like when I was in middle school and elementary school, I was so shy. I mean, I literally would have not spoken to anyone the whole year if it was up to me. But all of my friends ended up walking up to me first, like, what's your name? Why are you so quiet? Or they would compliment something that I was doing. And all of a sudden we would just have a conversation, build a rapport, and we ended up being friends for 15 years. So you'll never know that other people are actually longing for new friends as well. Sometimes when women grow up and they get married and they have kids and they're so centered around their husbands and their career, they completely lose sight of their social life. They don't have any more girlfriends. So meeting people on their frequency and that they can relate to, it's a refreshing feeling for not only you, but other people as well. So don't be shy. Don't be scared. If there is someone on your timeline or on your Facebook that you've known for a long time, but maybe y'all weren't close, you can always reach out to that person and say, how you been? Let's catch up. I see you have this and this going on, and, we can just talk and chop it up. Maybe y'all can have lunch. Maybe y'all can meet at the gym. You'll never know. So just try reaching out to people that you've known from the past and you'll be surprised. So yes, you guys, I hope this gave you some good ideas and it gave you confirmation that maybe it's your time now to practice being social, just practice being inviting and really make an effort to make new friends, and you'd be surprised how easy it is. So share this video to anyone you feel like needs to hear this message. And always remember, grow in peace, and healing is a journey, not a destination.